All right, here we go. We're on day 22. Just want to bring up a couple points here. Today at the gym this afternoon, had an excellent workout. Great workout. Had a great sweat on the treadmill. Then I went and worked biceps. One of the things I want to point out is here recently, within the last week, I'd say last week and a half, I've been starting to hit that endorphin high, kind of like the runner's high. And now that I know that I can reach that without putting in extreme crazy miles like I used to do when I was running the marathons and training for the marathons, it's like I want to get that high every time I work out. Now that I know the secret in what it takes to get there, that's my goal each and every time that I work out, is to get my body ramped up, get those endorphins going, let those endorphins start flying. If you've never been there before, if you've never had that high, it's amazing. I was trying to explain to somebody just earlier today that once you get in that mode, in that frame where you're on an endorphin high, it's almost like, believe it or not, it's almost like better than sex. As hard as it is for me to say that, because I kind of really enjoy having sex. But anyway, other than that, so that's one of my goals that I try to shoot every time that I'm working out. Another thing is I don't care what your goal is for the end of this 90 days. Like mine, the first time was to run a marathon. So I was running ungodly sane miles. I was running 6-8 miles a day. Then on the weekends I was running upwards up to 18 miles a day. My goal this time is a little different, to where I'm trying to lose the gut and get it six packed up. So it's actually defined. You can actually see the muscles, and to build muscle, I want to have, the lats that everybody always talks about. Get the big wide sides, and the bowling ball shoulders. So my goal this time is a little bit different, where I'm not doing the crazy amount of cardio, but I'm doing just enough to get me to that plateau, to get me into that endorphin high, to carry me through my weight exercise. It's like tonight, I worked out for like 2.5 hours. I did 33 minutes on the treadmill. I ran 2 miles on flat ground, and the last mile I did it on a 15-degree incline. And just sat there, and I sweated my butt off. I looked out at the treadmill after I was done, and the treadmill, the belt itself was wet. The handbar was just drenched. So I'm actually getting to that point to where I can actually get there and keep it going. But it's like when you're there, like tonight when I was lifting weights, I didn't want to stop. I just wanted to keep going. Not to the point of exhaustion, but because when you're on that endorphin high, there's not really that exhaustion until later, after you come down off that high. I stopped working out tonight probably about 6:45. And here it is, right now it's almost 10 o'clock here, so almost 3 hours later, I'm still flying high on that endorphin high. That's kind of one of the goals that you want to reach for, because like I said, once you get there, you're going to want it each and every time you do it. So that's one of the things. Like I said too, I don't care what your goal is. If it's to build muscle, to lose ungodly amounts of pounds because you're that far out of shape. When I started, I wasn't in that bad of shape. I started at 208 pounds. Right now I'm down to, I weighed in yesterday at 198. So I'm down 10 pounds for 3 weeks, which is, for me, is pretty good, because I didn't have a whole lot of body fat on me. Your BMI, your body mass index, I didn't have a whole lot of fat on me. It was just kind of concentrated right here. So that's what I'm trying to get is there and like into my lower back. So if your goal is to lose crazy, insane amount of weight, don't get frustrated. You know, this is a long road. You know, it's 90 days. We're 21 days into it, 22 days into it now. And, you know, it's, you know, you're going to have those peaks where you're going to lose, you know, you might lose 7, 8, 10 pounds during the week. You know, but then next week you might only lose 2 or 3. You know, the thing you got to remember too is you're losing all that body fat. And as you're losing that body fat, get a few weeks into it, you're starting to build a muscle. And like everybody knows, muscle weighs more than fat. So don't let that scale discourage you. As a matter of fact, I kind of recommend staying off the scale altogether. You know, there's days where I get on the scale and, you know, the next day, after a hard workout, after sweating my butt off, you know, I lose 3-4 pounds just in that one workout. And it's the water weight, you know, sweating it all out of you, all the juice that you're doing, the protein you're taking. So, like I said, don't get discouraged if your weight is only 2-3 pounds for the week, because eventually it's going to come off. You know, it's a long ass road. Another thing is too, if your body is telling you to slow down, you know, take a day, take 2 days, slow it down. You know, still get your basic workout in, but you don't have to go hard. You don't have to go balls to the wall each and every day. Myself, I've pretty much been going, except for the 2 days last week, Friday and Saturday, I've been balls to the wall for 19 days straight. You know, on day 20 and 21, those other 2 days, you know, I still got a workout in, but it wasn't balls to the wall where I was dead ass tired at the end of it. So keep that in mind. Don't get discouraged, and believe in a program. The program works. I'm living proof. I've already been through one of them, and the first time I lost 40 pounds, and you know what? At day one, I might have ran maybe, you know, 30 minutes throughout the week, you know, 10 minutes at a time. But by the end of the 90 days, actually before the 90 days was up, it was probably like day 85, I ran a frickin' marathon. A marathon in Las Vegas, up in the mountains, where there was only 4 miles of flat ground. So don't get discouraged. Keep your goal in mind, because that's what we're working for. We're working for the goal, the final goal. You know, it's not going to come overnight. So that's it. Don't get discouraged. Trust me, it works. It's a fucking awesome plan. So that's a wrap. We'll see you tomorrow.